Yama kwa baby na otwe dwumade na yede ebro Adom TV sanso tie nka sempa 94.7 FM di chief Gary Force say medical yede atoja no ene ye hwe Nnawotwe mu niema akoso ewo oman court ba time Supreme Court efa election petition hearing a ye ka say egusu a ekoso ewo court na enra na senabdi kan no the General Secretary of the NDC in this case or your witness for the petitioner your friend Bejina Adakam the lawyer for the first respondent in this case the Electoral Commission lawyer Justin Amenuvo etoto na no ye be kona fe ya jebre ya hwe anobaba ya ekoso wie kwa lawyer akotampa so etoto na nkaka ye kona fe ya ngohwe na ekoso no Supreme Court.
Now, you also trained them that if they had any issues with Form 10, they could refuse to sign it and state the reasons therefore. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, you also trained them that once the Form 10s were completed, they were entitled to their copies.
That's correct, my lord.
So it is right to assume that your agents had all the Form 10s with them. Is that correct?
Come again, my lord.
I'm saying that it is right to assume that based on your answers, your agents had the Form 10s with them.
Yes, my lord, it could be assumed.
Right.
Now, whether that is the case is another matter.
Now, you also agree with me that with our election
challenge about a particular polling station results.
Yes. And at the constituency level, the collated results are put together and then a winner of a particular constituency is declared. Is that correct?
We have two elections at the constituency that are collated at the constituency level. I don't know which one. Is that the presidential or parliamentary?
Sir, you are here because of the presidential election. Is that correct?
Yeah.
My question is in reference to the presidential election.
The declaration is not done at the constituency level. They indicate the tally for each candidate. The presidential election results are declared at the national level by the returning officer.
Are you therefore saying that at the constituency level, your agents do not know who has this number of valid votes at the constituency level?
That's what I'm calling the tally. The tally of the votes are known, but that is not the declaration of the presidential election.
Okay, good. You trained your agents that the Form 10s will be transmitted to the regional coalition centers. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Now you also appointed agents to each regional coalition center. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Indeed, some of your agents, as announced publicly, were lawyers. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Now, you also trained your agents that all the information on Form 10s will be collated into Form 11. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
You also trained them that from collating the results on Form 11, the results will be entered on Form 12. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Now, you also trained them that at that point, they would be invited to either sign onto the Form 12 or object. Is that correct?
That's correct, but they are involved, so they are not sitting somewhere only to be invited to sign. They are involved in the coalition, and if they agree that the process has been proper, they are invited to sign.
Okay. Now, are you aware that of the 16 regional coalition funds, Your agent signed 13 of them.
Yes, my lord.
Are you also aware that one of such forms that was signed was in reference to the Ashanti region? Is that correct? One of the forms that your agent signed. It was in reference to the Ashanti region.
Yes, my lord.
Your agent signed the form for
Right, it's a course so our Supreme Court, lawyer Justin Amenuvo, and a witness for the petitioner, or Johnson Dunketia, and yet a question Anobaba course. So, Senamidi Kaka, you know, lawyer Sami Jenfi is a member of the petitioner's legal team. In this case, Sana Menene Betri and Commando, not as the National Communication Officer of the NDC. Lawyer Atnase. Lawyer Kwaba.
I'm
doing what there. I think saying share and nice. Well, you remember and witness statement, you know. So, but there are a few issues. I'm going to say about 5 minutes. Yeah, they clarify. You seem to be worried about commenter, legal team, and as spokespersons for more other side, no one more make after court sitting. Oh, how are you saying?
Me say the dika ma me enchia ahwefo nyina ne wono a otie yen radio so. Me problem a me wo anase yen problem a ye wo ne say on say asemu ya kwakowi akodi court. Nti wo ka ho asemu a ye court wasem. Nti wo ye lawyer na particularly wo court ho bi na wo hu de ekoso nyina. Especially lawyers are more on record. Lawyers are more on record. Lawyers are parties na work out na announce almost more lawyers. So we pay ba na we be can the court work out na. Did can was we can the see court. O man no cry. No e daddy e ba won say. The atosu no e was a woman o kasa no e hote. Because our lawyer for ya tete yen o yen tete emu so no ye kire yen kwan ya ye was ye fa so kasa. Especially who kasa about proceedings in court, and now who kasa about your seniors at the bar, and now a judge for ya chere and say it was a kasa no buni ni die dem but na ye kasa e hote. But the kamia ko ye say kasa mafo a o kasa de bia e real court proceedings lo kasa man na do dan kwa kufu ado team no lawyer Frank Davis ene ebinu mo ka no ho kojo pon kroma nom ne nana bi mu no omo maka se twitwie no adoso wo court nsem komudi a nsem chofo mama yakwanya se yeni na mo aganafo mo amaganafo hu de ekoso omo maka se twitwie no adoso a befitting almost standards as lawyers, especially with so many years of practice at the bar. Na yan condemn na koso a on say na ebi so be retaliate here 1 year now you are going to bring the name of the court into disrepute. Frank Davis is a lawyer on record. They be a lawyer kuto ampa okasa. Also boni din say lawyers for the second respondent. Eyo mampenyi ekufuado lawyers ho. And then na ye press conference now obe kasa or say NDC lawyers no ye ba court to engage in theatricals, melodrama, and they be display dull English. Just a bro for ye be kan no kra nanya bro for papa. No waka say your lawyers no they are being intransigent. It just say omo ya so brachie. Another day no abaze when you come to court with a John D's mind. It just say you cry adren you join this man. It just say ya adren no. It just say attend the cry. Na enra so abaze nyeme bi e de ba court e pedestrian. Just say yakuhwi 70 abogu. Oh, all the time kase twitwie ene nsemo a any say free lawyer no ba no deba. Omo lead counsel ye bi o court. Lawyer Kutuampa when he referred to assembly lawyer Chachuchi Kata kase poor logic. Emma Justice Nnawotwe, the president of the bench catch and say look no Chief Justice a lawyer for you be worse. Okay,
so my question is it doesn't go against the court, the bench, because it looks like as a Kasama a judge for no. Say encounter mo na say enye contemptuous why should we
no we are officers of the court. So assem the court anima your friend say sub judice afi na court ni di asem na o ka asem na you must be careful untumi nka asem ni muwa te say the justice of the Supreme Court. You don't have such powers. But when we omutimi kan bua ka so bi asem kra ye pedestrian obi ade ye say petition na to nsuo benko ba bia na obi wo John this mind obi intransigent sa atendidie ka sa twitwie no eno na ye ka kire mo say it should not be coming say NDC MPP communicated here and a serial call na no problem. Me I will not raise any issue with that. In the political space it's okay. But for lawyers to be commenting on a matter which is sub judice at the premises of the Supreme Court of Ghana and to be using such offensive language, condemnable, and we condemn it. And we should not encourage it. And yes, sir, a legal profession, any assembly that court anymore. And I hear to turn as a court name.
Okay, but my second issue, then we come into the main way. Petitioner, in this case, former President Mahama, or witness statement before the court as we speak.
My patron debut ni bi.
Adenti.
Because I'm ready anywhere. Shane say I was say or the witness statement back court. On say so a petitioner the children say one na what they was some beto court na nim. Now what was some beto court na nim I know here will petition and I will pleading na asem ni yedi a afi de akasa wo de adanse e beba. Adanse no wa obetimi akasa me a me bi di adanse ama me ho. Ana me frɛ adansefo. So it is not different from the normal court processes also even the lower courts. Say me samai wa. Ewu hia say wa obi di adanse. Obetimi afrɛ adanse ni so me di adanse ma. Say wo so ko samai me ewu hia say wa wo samai me no obi di adanse wotimi frɛ adanse ni ma ho. Eno nti John Mahama say Masama Electoral Commission ni o mampenye Kufuado. Efa 2020 about to nsunsu anso o modia to dwa no. Ya beba so nyachi ya ba be chim di ntia wasama yomo.
Yes.
Nanso adanse no mafra adanse fo mienu owura si do nketi a o ye me party twetwe fo penyin o media adanse ma. Mafra Dr. Pesa White na o ye me agent e wo National Coalition Center o media adanse ma me. Enti amra. Emra ma ho kwansa. Enu ti na court na pene so sa. Enti omo ka say anda na ono ankasa ma court. But you see we a lawyer Jaima said you a lay person and yes argument. You are a lawyer. Most of the people who are saying that they are lawyers, they represented clients who have not necessarily come to court to give evidence for themselves, but they have brought witnesses to give evidence to support their case, and there is nothing wrong with that.
Okay, not just we shouldn't expect the petitioner himself in
no. Na dance for my bano. Ye believe say omunim de omo tena asem na se omo foa na asem no so na dance a omo de ba no emu edura ebetumi establish a case. You choose the number of witnesses to call. On say petition no cry can say be free 5 witnesses. Be we actually say am you cry because with 2 we think we can prove our case. So the law allows for that. Bibibo ni bi ani.
Me bisa we because of another ruling Supreme Court at the by on the witness statement and some of them are almost striking out. Semi Kultua, I think the second paragraph, I say, we are of the opinion that paragraphs 7 and 6 ought to be struck out as the witness, Mr. Johnson Esiodun Ketia, cannot testify on the facts in the said paragraphs. It would have been admissible if the petitioner himself is testifying and the statements in the said paragraphs are not within the knowledge of the witness. So in case the petitioner and some of these things we would have spoken to the process is in court.
So, but it's not fatal. I mean, what is paragraph 6 and paragraph 7 saying? It's talking about say petitioner no a file a request to admit facts. So what I say, and I see didn't get your dancing. What I say, petitioner lawyer about my man. Yes, petitioner no a file a request for the EC to admit certain facts. Now after some of years admission, maybe a be here say, my dance no me be better e ba beka ho. And I call to the case say petitioner a file a request to admit facts. And you when I file you are not a petitioner. Until you will be na catch up. So those issues are not within your personal knowledge. Until won't me ni one dance. The court aka no. And unti and our more problem with say don't ketia saying say lawyer Kutuampa Timi Bisano, lawyer for the second respondent. Timi Bisano say in fact it was a lawyer for the EC rather the first respondent.
Yes,
time wa petitioner neighbor court na onim the Techiman South results. Jeno say me petitioner because you are asking me to talk about the state of mind of the petitioner at a certain given time when he was filing his petition. Because I am by law no emrane se minia danse emfa nsem a ewo me ankasa minim die mu me ankasa minim enye asem obi aka akire me ntino me ntimi ni sa danse eye on that same basis and a court no can say paragraph 6 and 7 no it need the personal knowledge of Ora Sidun Keti or man dance into a year free. It does not fit out to the case. What they therefore, because even our lawyer, I raised these issues already on record to the court to say, based on how this request to admit facts will go, there may be need for us to file supplements to your witness statement. So for us, it's okay, it's not fit out.
Okay. The Yambra, the witness statement, Osha, it's quite voluminous.
Yeah.
Then part of the womb. You found common and from what is contained in the witness statement.
Mess Regan and Nibia Sebio when you are school no Nima can kind say Obinya witness statement of Johnson as you don't kitia and ra court to the G2 mu say na dance na nka onken kan because ebe boama nsem mu ada ho ama ye nyina yate NDC asem manager ma ama asem a wode akodan Supreme Court no yate ase ye na ebeboa so ama mfunturu a yenuanom bi etugu Ghana fo ani no yetumi aboa kyerɛkyerɛ mu ama no kore na ba se na be ya nada no etu betwa de na eye Ewurase du nketi adanse a wode akoto court no and me kyerɛ mu otwi kasam because on say adanse we no wa mano viva voce enya na no de kan ye de atokrata as we friend witness statement because unlike the 2013 petition na adansefo afarijan asidu nketia Dr. Bawumia omode omano ne kan omadanse no in this case Supreme Court say mreni ho nti monfa madanse no ngu paper so nti say yenya akwanya say na de adanse na ye de agu paper so na general amfa na no anka na ya amfa matwi kasa mu a enya de nipa omuntimi nkeka no mu bi hu adanse no kra so what you think your question is a very important question. Yewura Johnson asidu nketia de ato court na nim say yakoto aba on 7th December 2020. About one na marada ho. The 1992 Constitution, CI 127 and the other laws. It was a easy no, e de ye adwuma, e wa about one ne tuo mu, ne kenkan mu, ne nkontabuo mu, ne bubo mu ne de keka ho. On 9th December, Jimensa oye easy ba no dani a. Ono na ye returning officer for presidential elections no. Or the about one is so ebetu dwa. Isu anso de betu dwa ne se Omampeni Akufo-Addo enya ma a little over 6.7 million, specifically 6,730,413 votes. And I will say my papa so Ghana for two on 7th December ne dodo my papa no ne friend total valid votes ne dodo ne 13,434,574 enunti se o divide Omampeni Akufo-Addo ma wunyaye a little above 6.7 million by my papa ne dodo total valid votes of 13,434,574 no they multiply 100 or no say Omampeni Akufo-Addo nya 51.595%.
Yes.
And General Mosquito say, "Owie ni declaration, ye nyina yakobu nkonta no. Ye bu nkonta na, se wo divide Omampeni Akufo-Addo margin mensa si onyaye no. By my papa ne dodo total valid votes no, aye 13,434,574 or no ankasa be kan ye or three group paper so no be kan ye na. Now they multiply 100 unya 51.595. Unya 50.098. Let's just a percentage per mamina ankasa declaration Omampeni Akufo-Addo nyaye no. Eye 50.098 not 51.595. Jimensa the percentage ni bi aka Omampeni Akufo-Addo. We ya Johnson say don't get your dance. Also they are not so to nchen sa percentages in results he Jimensa or returning officer can say without one constituency in Ghana your friend Techiman South. Let's just say results we based on 274 constituencies results and not 275. na Jimensa ka say on twɛn ma Techiman South ne kra ma ansa na we declare results no because so the Techiman South mani nyina
eka
eye 128,018 votes no eka John Mahama na we di second ho kra still Omampeni Akufo-Addo a we di first no obekos we di first obenya mani mo ha mu chichemu adunum ne akiri more than 50% of the total valid votes ana yewura se nketi ase wakwa akobu sa nkonta no okobu nkonta no se wo fa Omampeni Akufo-Addo ma eye 6,730,413 now we divided it by total valid votes at Jimensa ade tubia in her declaration on 9 December 2020 eye 13,434,574 na ode Techiman South ni nyina 128,018 ni John Mahama Omampeni Akufo-Addo percentage no enye about 50%. Ebeba 49.625%. Na chere say we nya more than 50% of the total valid votes. Ghana so no ye mra ba kwa a govern abato ne abato ye bobo ne de keka ho article 63(3) of the 1992 constitution. And that article ne says ye koto Omampeni abato a de obedi nkunim no age se wanya abano papa na ewo mu na ye friend of valid votes no wanya mu oha mu nchichemu adunum ne akiri more than 50% of the total valid votes se wanya obi anya na che se first and second no o ma bo bracket we say we koto round of eden ema wo second round edema wo that is ye mra kunyini 1992 constitution ye de ye adwuma enu nti bible say wanum asem ye de be buawfo na ye de be buawo bem. The Jimensa, results are what declared, said this is the results for the 2020 presidential election. Media. And your Omampeni Akufo-Addo 51.59%. Okay. Based on the 274 constituencies. Okay. Onya 50.098. Number 2, what the Techiman South to Kanehua on cross more than 50% of the total valid votes. Or back below, which is 49 point something. Until declaration say Omampeni Akufo-Addo win election. Unconstitutional because we're more than 50%. That's the first point. Okay,
figures here what a witness statement in
yeah.
But source here, munya figures no way.
The 9th December declaration of Jimensa or declare here by TV so radio so ma we are seeing na hwe no. E ho na sa figures we free.
Na ode na no declare na na wa gazette no.
Enye na no nkwa no declare. On say o kan speech a mu nyina ma publish.
Yes.
Enti the ode na no declare na no one won speech ni. Enye no kure say or trade bibi was speech no de na no card foforo figures now or de na no kan ye na e ba TV so mo bi ate eno an na won speech ni mo so what is in her declaration speech both written and oral is what ye ka say wo declaration ni eno no kire say Omampeni Akufo-Addo na wo so we ni wan we ni it is say wo ka say wa we ni dia and wa violate article 63(3) of the 1992 constitution because we nya more than 50% of the total valid votes so article ne say we say we nya answer na we declare as a winner na hana asem interesting still going through General Mosquito witness statement o say yanka bia nhim after 9 December ya declare ba wie ye wo 10th December and yet say if we publish press release bi e wo mo website na almost say o ma ye mistake Jimensa declaration of the 9th no ye mfonso ntino omo the press release ba no ma be correct mfonso no tie nyina ye prepare press release ye call ya Jimensa na no ye returning officer and san share press release na say obi akran san share say so the press release is unsigned you don't know what value to put on it and no nanche no Jimensa say total valid votes mapapa na Ghana for 2 on 7 December no enye 13,434,574 meboa metinye na eye 13,119,460 na figure na meka na 9 no eno ye total vote cast CJT ni yo ena me koka no as total valid votes ntimo fa ncheme na yemfonso we nko na me yeye Emma 12 candidates ni nya yo Omampeni Akufo-Addo jo ma menya ye ne de bebi egina ni gina me nsesa no ije se wokai sa asem no e valid votes no kwa na bitin na ma be correct e na general say no so ye kwa hwehwe mu no ye hu se ye isifo ka na nya no correct because apart from total valid votes no mo best san no John Mahama ma omote so in that press release by 1,707 votes. Omampenye Kufu Adom ma omodibi kan ho 174 votes. Let's just say, oh, Joso figures, no. Say, nebeya will be to me achieve a certain outcome.
Okay, but
and on that channel, remember 10th, and so, and on that channel, who figure what the abba on the 10th, and say 13,119,460. Okay, it means he say, what said you can and 9th na 13,434,574 na total vote cast there, and you have 10th. December press release, so the total vote cast must be equal to that 13,434,574 now. Okano on the 9th as total valid votes, but you meant that it was total vote cast. We should see it in your press release of the 10th. And also, Yakoya in Iho. And a general essence, what can I dance you say? The essence of grandma, you would be and say. Yadi semi back because Ghana for the central for CJ Force, Munina de Biano. I said, one more can say, oh, I said, my on one year to so young so Nipe be also young so. Now, say on the 10th, Wababe correct, and I see your correct figures now. Young fat 10th, and then name you, CJ says, Anna, Central for Munina, I am okay. I say, CJ, John Mama, some my Jimens and easy for. Near Quaku drew court. Now, Omoma, you figures now. Thank God, the Munina more and it's a 10th December, Diana, or called that dream, what the bars and on air correct, and on the Baba court. Dana for in ATM in Shannon, so say. Jimensa ba court no wato sa figure na wo de ba 10th no so atwene de okoda dwen ho on the 9th who say why mistake the correct one ba 10th say no na e correct no oba court no wato atwene ba bi kura no de wanka ho asem mpo.
Okay, Sami
or the figure foforo bi aba
Sami
13,121,111 at paragraph 12 and 24 of an answer to the petition.
And this figure is what is on the EC's website. And I'm
no. What is on the EC website which they publish on the 10th is 13,119,460. And on among but in Central for you have been pointing at, oh, they've corrected it. Use the corrected figure of 10th December. And I'm saying, court, or a figure different from the correction. Now, court. So the correction, the so-called correction, has also been corrected in court for the first time. One say yes, John Mahama dey say we call court tax figure na Ghana for ntida. He said you see figures no 2020 presidential election about 12 results papa no court no okwa no Ghana for one kan kire da kopim January I will say 13,121,111 which is the total valid votes. Hey, inti Jimensa ye betimi ato aba. Na 9th December or results back on. What could that dream was my mistake? What sounds what could press release? Where the answer would want to run the kind of casam, no Wabekasam and Wafum. What the figure about the whole world that why would mislead you almost said this is the true figure. After assembly Korea court, they defend this figure now. What the another figure sounds waba? 3 figures. Yes, okay, would no problem. Young Korea website, general witness statement na mechi mu no. Wo say what the 275 constituencies e wo Ghana no. Omu nyina results summary sheets agu website. See just what say easy for akasa asem no. Inti Ghana ni bia wo pese wo hu abato no sunsu anso no. Ko ye website na ko yes a onkonta no. Ene ye ko fa 275 summary sheets no. Eno na wo paragraph 32 and 33 na sha asem wo nso. Ye ko kan Sa 275 summary sheets ni nyina bom no. Minua. And also figure ye nya ye no. E different from the agreements and the bar on the 10th. E different from the agreements akoka no court no so. That figure is 30,218,076.
Okay. About paragraph 33 no, the aggregated figure from
32.
33 na figure no.
Yes.
Okay. The aggregated figure from the total valid votes as shown by the 275 summary sheets released by the first respondent on its website, 13,218,633, is also different from the corrected figure of 10th December 2020 in the unsigned press release of the first respondent.
Yes. Let's just say, there was say, just say, correction now by yeah, I'm saying, so why correction? Would sana would add wo call court no akwa another figure wo de ka gina another figure no ho 3 figures wo de ka wo de fa che na gina ho a ye ko website so a ya san so akwa ko hu another figure website no so one na we invite ye gina say ye ko wo the results na ko gu o meboa enti results ba kwa ya to anything no na genu e ka no court no say ye cry say o man penye kufu ado ne na no kra biza ne say grandpa about to age mensa say wa we ni total valid votes a wogina so declare say wa we ne ye say o man penye kufu ado de no beka obeka 9 December de no which is 13,434,574 and now obeka 10 December de na easy for the about true on sign press release no which is 13,119,460 and now obeka the mensa de court no mu which is 13,121,111 and now obeka the website no which is 13,218,633. Look at this. Ghana has become a butt of jokes, an object of ridicule. In what democracy? Na yebeto aba results no sesa ye results no bro e chete debi sesa te said the oba time esesa ne bucket wa pampers. Votes na we declare no yen hye no so say e based on the matter a ma manfo ato ya kan ya kekabum na ye declare. So you cannot be changing it, especially when general can wanna dance mu say. Wo se sani nyina so no, one frɛ John Mahama na candidates no bia agent. Ne na anwe ho. Minua. Se mpanyifo say ye number nu susu mfidia. Ye number nu so na hwe anameboa. Utimu fita so atia mu onku. Se ye nyina ye ne wa ye adwuma. E na wo se emfonso aba. Sasa wo mfonso no correct ya. Oh, momra. When ye but me yemfonso we ni we wa ha. Na ye nyina ya ye. Onkwan ko hye dem esuma sika bi. Now the figure for about 10th. O court out the figure for aba. Ye call website a figure for aba. Yes, minua. E kwan o nyame fa so e pa omo a. Omo ye nyema ensem fata wa ba to mu.
Okay, Sami, you may make progress because on that paragraph 32 and 33 no.
But this example I made man very important say. Akoya say accountant adwuma sales eba no ho de bia na bosumi bia wo so wo ye ne account statement na account statement no e balance sort ma say now and am say accountant no otiti boat no wie sika nketen free adwuma ne nchenti no bosome so ye oye na account statement no wa balance e balance enti o the account no be present na yes am balance na wakọ no wakọ joso no asesa figures o be ba yes am balance no wakọ joso e be ba yes am balance no wakọ yes it should let you know say about to Ghana for 2 year ye kan bom declare na nya no energy mensa declare and cry no and this is why Ghana ni bia wo hwe me se wo ye o mampani akufu adobusu adi mpo a wo ye MPP ni mpo a e wo se wo support sa petition we because it is going to help ye nyina say the be ya ye be hu no kore no. If you are interested in the truth as an objective person or an objective mind, you must support this petition because we need to hold omo ye de adwuma hye omo nsa e wo ye mrem te se mensa mon accountable. You have a certain responsibility to discharge. And what these charges are responsibility in accordance with the laws of this country. And in fairness, not capriciously or arbitrary. And then me the figure we aba, or china me the way aba. And when he say, yekotu aba, na wo the open be bon results be a. Na just say ye to me a constitution dey am say ye ni empenyufo no. Wo nipa ba ko je afiru se mafa. Sa de we. Say John Mahama jai maneka. Na one challenge na te say the o challenge. Na aboa ma court no ama atentene ni ayadwuma ye de yi ato yi na ya make sure say the right things will be done anytime we be presidential elections. We will be encouraging this impunity on the part of state institutions like the Electoral Commission. And that is why this petition is so important that everybody must support it.
Okay. Many lawyers Sami Jemfi na etwetwe enkomo enra witness statement ekopie mu Supreme Court and I pay if say ye share na fi yetimi ade niama eto dia eto lawyer mema kwan na fi wako other paragraphs but
yeah.
Paragraphs are
there is a certain question here MPP for bisa let me just answer it enye sa mre obi a wate sa asem no ewo ni team onse o mota aka asem bi se ye to aba ni wie ye no General Mosquito Sami Jenfi John Mahama otuko no mo ye press conference
ye beba ho I mean ye beba ho it's here ye beba ho but paragraphs are raising objections paragraph 21 paragraph 6 paragraph 7 paragraph 25 paragraph 26 28 30 32 33 and 37
na ye 10 paragraphs
yes
court no no mo ya adwen with regards to 7 paragraphs and apart from paragraph 30, I stand to be corrected. I think the other paragraphs, it was portions of the paragraph. And I called to the car say, and somewhere, ya can go on. On the document we are dancing, evidence. And yet, what somewhere what the abeto court and the friend of pleading. It the court no can yin and say, as somewhere what the abeto court and him no, and no what they want dance here, eba. This is what the dance here be ba. Na enia sem na wo de beto court na nimu na court no e masa dance no kra ma on record there was a court no boss dance ni because dance no eni fapem bia wo asem na wo de beto court na nimu in the enura the entire court no uphold sa 7 objections no ka say the whole of paragraph 30 and portions of the others the whole of paragraph 6 in fact paragraph 6 and 7 there the court says those issues, a petition and then you are left with 5. 5, court on say any foundation in the pleadings. Meaning say, so we as someone petition a Joma de buy na you baby or cast as same way. It had anything I was here, my would dance here every. So it's got nothing to do with say, oh, as you didn't get any case, and answer no kind, and it Frank Davis kind, a pedestrian.
But for instance, paragraph 21 was maintained. We find paragraph 21 as a matter which has its foundation.
And that's why I'm coming in the pleadings. So it was, apart from 6 and 7, which according to the court, was not in the knowledge of the witness, as you didn't get here, to testify to. The remaining paragraphs, portions of those paragraphs, they say to any foundation in the pleadings. But paragraph 21, I'm going to say foundation in the pleadings. Now, when you hear me, I'm a person me dwell on. Paragraph 32 and paragraph 33. Because of the makers session so. NPP4 uru akoto ampa wo ye lawyer ma omampenye kufu ado pese sa 2 paragraphs no nke ye bebo agu. Be Ghana fo ntie die wo ho. Court no se ye momu ye beje atu enka dance no. Me kan na wo NPP4
before I come to you. As regards paragraph 32 and 33, we find that they are based on the pleadings and therefore maintained to be part of the witness statement.
Na tie paragraph 32 and 33 akoto ampa one omampenye kufu ado ne NPP4 pese nka ye be ye free as you didn't get your dance him. The way beside society, are they interested in helping Ghanaians or helping the court to do justice or helping Ghanaians to know the true verdict? It's just a question. Paragraph 32 reads, indeed, aggregating the total valid votes as shown by the 275 summary sheets released by first respondent, that is the EC, on his website, the resultant figure is actually 30,218,076,
yes,
which is different from the 9 December 2020 purported declaration of Mrs. Jean Mensah, the returning officer of the presidential election. Then, the 33 also says that the aggregated figure from the total valid votes as shown by the 275 summary sheets released by the first respondent, that is the EC, on his website, 30,218,633, is also different from the corrected figure of 10 December 2020 in the signed press release. In Topeto, shall say, Oko website wa figure na uhuno is different from the Mamini declare on the 9th. It is different from the Odeba on the 10th. It's also different from the Odiaba court. And I had a spreadsheet, I had yes, I'm containing attach as exhibit E. NPP4 per se, we in a court on the better option. Why? CJ was why in election. 275 summary sheets are a capture results in 275 constituencies. So you the back court and you walk around and was a weniji. Now what hallelujah. Had then I won't pay back court. Now what pay court on a training. Easy wow 275 summary sheets I would be a good website. I was saying would be a enquakino. They say yeah the back court but you pai. Omampenye Kufuor was why in election based on 275 constituency results. Yeah, the results no back court about be show the inconsistency. What's the mama famba? Why? What are you trying to hide? So we were very happy with the decision of the court that paragraph 32 and 33 should be maintained, because those two paragraphs will help Ghanaians to know. So going by the 275 constituency summary sheets, the total valid votes is not what Jimensa declared on the 9th of December. It's not what she captured in the press release after the 9th, the bar on the 10th. And it is not what, it is also different from the Wakwako kind of court. Look at them, this mess. Look at this confusion of figures. Now, here was I told you and mistake, no matter the people don't know the gravamen of this. I told you also can say all these figures they mean something. And you need votes.
Sorry, now on figures,
no. This point is important. Just for 5 seconds.
Do you have your own, because you are part?
Let me make this very important point. The reason why all these things are important is that Constitution under Article 63 says, who declare Baniwia, you must enact it into law. I don't know your friend CI, your friend Declaration of President-elect Instruments. In this year, about where Jimensa declared on the 9th, we're passing into law, we're enacted into Declaration of President-elect Instrument 2020 CI 135. And our gazette. What am I saying? So ababa be yemra. And he said, why was sounds be catch say they would declare and papa. Na ye they would declare na why na mra dia. And they say na woni ye adwen say court no tontwere. Ento sa mra no tontwere. Woni ye adwen say sa CI no. Enye papa. Okay. Dia tontwere. Na ma memra question.
Good.
Bisabiem.
Bisa say more one figures, I mean, collected figures are, and to move so they are disputing figures now, electoral commission, and they talk on to
you. Figures are
okay.
Your 2 abaniwian based on pink sheets are your agents in the over 38,622 polling stations in Ghana, the brain. Sa pink sheets now. Your coalition.
Okay. Yeah. As per Niamo Muwono, figure Bena candidate Mahama Enyai.
As per the one, any the figure candidate Mahama Enyai, Yenyam Maso. And you no another court in him say. Minuya, as someone ya court to court no. Once they say why you coalition, wow figures. Actually adiaba. And yeah, returning officer. And about what?
But you are disputing the
hold on.
You should come with your own.
Hold on. And isi swababa be declare. Onwa emrana shene so no na enye declaration. Onwa ba be declare the figures aba. In the same way ya de akọ court no say. Wo de ye figures mpo ye mvanto nchen. Ye nhwe wow figures no. Be wo na wo ye returning officer. Inti ye nhwe wow figures wo declaration mu. Na ye nhwe say o mampenye kufu adore ni ampa. Ye say ye de ye figures ni mpo to nchen. Na ye hwe wow figures na wow declaration ni ma papa na wan rene because we nya more than 50% of the total valid votes. How is this difficult for people to understand? Me say Miami will be figures e chese ma rene. But I will not even pursue that. Me hwe wow na we returning officer am na say your declaration. So we me hwe wow figures no. Wow figures no say o mampenye kufu ado nya 6.7 with a few votes. Total valid votes, 30,434,574. When you divide that and you multiply that by 100, you don't get 51.595, you get 50.098. When you give the whole of the votes in Techiman South to John Mahama, like you did in your declaration on the 9th, he doesn't cross 50%. Okay. And then I would declare no as winner on the 9th. Okay. Then no matter baby say, this question, I mean, oh, na that time we the petition in court no. Na Techiman South results number. What artist or movies as a question? Maminiano na men settles our issue in 2 ways. The edikai. Until movies say, I don't know if Techiman and Kahon answer na mo di court. Dear, ye the court are challenging. Hey, who declaration when no one semne dia what say this is the results on the 9th. of December. Sa declaration ni mu no. One for Petition real results and ho. What the assumption that say the Petition money nyina ma John Mahama na do be cross more than 50%. They don't know the declaration.
Okay.
It is a me court na me challenge whether or not that is correct. You can't tell me say go and bring Petition South results because it was not part of the declaration and it is not part of what I'm challenging.
Okay.
Number 2. Hold on. This is very important.
In 30 seconds.
Because I was say a boy man for assembly. Number 2. So what say? Grant, assuming without admitting, say you are right. May you find Petition South and car results no one. You find car results ben. You find 9 December results no. Total valid votes no 13,434,574 no. Already percentages no kabo mu awunya 100.3%. In mass any possible mathematical impossibility no. Eno ne yemfa nka ho ne yenya over 100%. Ana yemfa nka 10th December figures na what the abano. Wankasa wakwako abandon in court. Ana yemfanka figure na what the court no ho. A different from the 2 earlier figures and a different from the figures on your website. Ana yemfanka figure na what website no ho. A different from figure what the court. Figure what declare are enacted into law and gazetted. Essentially different from the figure in your press release of 10th December. Which one should we add Petition South to? Okay. Ask the MP.
Yambra, getting to the tail end, lawyer Akutampa ne Ure Sedun Ketia. The several press conferences are after the election, and just say NDC for Edin Kunim, President-elect, that bit, and then the position now that you are holding now in court, calling for the annulment of the election, and these two. Positions.
We've not called for the annulment of the election. You see, I was here chilling now for who the difference between John Mahama case petition way and Omampenya Kufuor petition or the core Supreme Court in 2012-2013. Omampenya Kufuor the or say I'm challenging the regularity of the conduct of the election. Until overvoting here, presiding officer never was called sign pink sheet to unsign. Pink sheet to be serial numbers ni duplicate by mienu polling station code ni biwa duplicate eno ntino Ghana for to about 4 million muntwitwa omo votes mu na de ebeka no mun declare me Omampenya Kufuor say me na me we ne aba no na say mo de call court no John Mahama de ye different o say court entwa obi a vote mu Ghana ni bi a vote mu hia let it count na mom isi ewo asodie say Ghana for votes a omo to ye ye kan ye bobo ye keka bom ye declare eno na we say Jimensa declare
after election
eno ntino me patcho me ba eno ntino entwa obi avos mu but ye making sure say the true verdict is what will be declared and upheld. That's the difference between the two cases. Now the entina medical answer the entina ye press conference ka say ya win and so ye call court ye na me say press conference can say it was based on our coalition.
Which refused to talk about.
Choose to say we will not even take that to court. We will use Jimensa figures. Doesn't even strengthen our case. Doesn't that even strengthen our case? Number 2, CJ. Second 4, eba ufi be we car. Now the car no ko we wunfudia. CJ say why you boni me no. Eba wa be we car ufi. Was also the car na ko wia wumfudie say why oboni me no meboa obi betimi afo so say chinchina what the ne court say we wia car san so fa kan won say we wia wumfudie you can choose to say what the car ni here until no na what the be kwa gina court ana meboa because when wia car na enka wumfudie no kra mba until you want to first of all establish say we wia car you have 2 courses of action. You choose which one to take to court first. Obi antimi hye wo say, owi a wo car wi a wonfudie ni tini fa ni mienu nyina court. You can choose say me the car we a na be court. Yes, pay your coalition. Yeah, the right coalition John Mahama wo. Enu achi no, wa nkasa wa be declaration. Declaration here unconstitutional because any article 63 boabura meaning said the declaration is null and void ab initio like the lawyers say. It never happened. And you say, okay, we choose which one is fundamental, which one to be pursued first. And so we are choosing, Say based on your own declaration, the declaration is unconstitutional. That is our right. You can't force us, say, because we say per calculation we are one. You are not our lawyers. You are not the one advising us on legal strategy. If the declaration is upheld to be null and void and unconstitutional, why do you even go and talk about coalition? Me figures. So they should understand that we know what we are doing and allow. And me, I'm telling you, Obi, I say, I'm out for a guy, don't allow them to prejudice the matter. Courts, at the day G Mensa, and I believe by Tuesday, Wednesday, the day G Mensa will mount the witness box. Our lawyer Chechuchikata will stand to his feet for cross-examination. Sadano, and I be whether John Mahama has a case or he doesn't have it.
Until then, we'll wait and see lawyer Sami Jemfi and I'm lawyer Pebre and say Mendano. Na bra case work out.
I hope they send Nimuda. In Chemuni Muda.
After 4 years for
yeah.
And I'm begging. And lawyer I'm in